Lisa and her husband, Mark, were thrilled to move into their dream home, an old Victorian house full of character and charm. As they unpacked their belongings, Lisa noticed a small, narrow door in the ceiling of the hallway. "It must lead to the attic," Mark said. That night, they settled into bed, excited for their new life. But in the dead of night, they were startled awake by strange noises coming from above. It sounded like footsteps pacing back and forth, almost as if someone was watching over them. Mark dismissed it as the house settling, but Lisa couldn't shake the uneasy feeling that something was off. The next day, while Mark was at work, Lisa decided to investigate. She pulled down the attic ladder and climbed up, flashlight in hand. The air was thick with dust, and cobwebs hung in the corners, making the space feel oppressive. As she explored the dimly lit attic, she stumbled upon an old, decrepit trunk. Curiosity piqued. She opened it and found a collection of eerie, old photographs of the house, all taken from the perspective of the attic. Her heart pounded as she realized the photos showed the previous owners, all seemingly unaware they were being watched. Suddenly, she felt a cold breath on her neck and heard a whisper in her ear. "You shouldn't have come here." She turned around, but there was no one there. Terrified, Lisa rushed downstairs to find Mark. She showed him the photographs, and they quickly realized the noises at night were not just the house settling. They searched the attic thoroughly but found nothing. That night, the footsteps returned, louder and more deliberate. They decided to leave the house immediately. As they gathered their things, the attic door creaked open on its own. A shadowy figure descended, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. The figure moved slowly towards them, its presence suffocating. Panicking, they ran out of the house, not daring to look back. They drove away, hearts racing. But as they glanced back at the house, they saw the figure watching them from the attic window, its gaze following their car down the street. They never returned, leaving the house and its sinister watcher behind. Days later, they discovered the haunting history of the house. It had once belonged to a recluse who watched and tormented its inhabitants from the attic. The house remained vacant, a dark silhouette against the night, hiding its sinister secrets and the watcher that never left.